Other way around.
Okay, okay. We'll just wait for some of our friends to join, and we will
Absolutely.
maybe we'll need your help to translate some part in Polish also. So we'll just
I
wait.
will, I will try to, step by step when we
Yeah.
talk, I will try to translate that. And if not, if it not wouldn't be possible, like to translate it, all of that,
Yeah,
I
just
will
the
do
gist of
also
it.
a little bit
Absolutely.
of the transcriptions afterwards. So no
Yes.
worries.
Yes. Till that time, so many colleagues are joining. Okay. We have friends from India, from Brazil, I
Yeah,
can see
amazing.
some,
It
yeah,
sounds
a
like
lot of
like
people.
like a great event that it's coming up.
Yeah.
The one next Friday on the 22nd of May, and then the one that starts in June. It sounds
Yes.
really amazing. Like I know for a fact that people uh, in Poland, especially, and I'm definitely in that group, very much interested in animal remedies,
Yeah.
because whatever, I don't know if you see it during the seminars, but when you have like animal cases, they're so
Yeah.
animated and they're so super interesting, and they're
True.
definitely more interested in the like minerals and mineral cases, or even sometimes plants patients, because they could be
Yeah.
a little bit all over the place. But the animals, they are always extremely colorful and animated. So it's great to see. And they kind of when you saw a patient like that or saw a case like that, it's kind of more, how do you say it? Easier to mark it for
Yeah.
yourself. You need to remember, to memorize it. Just like you've been saying today about you wrote the story, the text about Androctonus.
Yeah.
I had few really good cases of that remedy,
Hmm.
and this is really something that I'm very sensitive to this energy of
Yeah.
Androctonus. When I notice that, I know it is exactly this remedy. There's just sometimes you just need only few moments, and the patient is presenting themselves just like on the plate. I don't know how it is with you. How do you see Androctonus? But for me, it's a very destructive and very violent patient
Yeah.
with a very rude sense of communicating with a homeopath. I've been called such a bad names by the patients that I was like, fair enough, I already know the remedy.
So
So
basically, for a lot of our friends who have just joining gradually, we are discussing about Kingdom Animalia, the homeopathic course that we are going to start, which will be in different languages. And Kasia is our colleague and collaborator from Poland, and that's what she's discussing about her experiences. For people who are just joining, just to know what we are talking about,
yeah,
it would be important for them to know that this is the whole idea. This Friday we are going to have a open session for our friends from Poland to join and know about our work with classical and contemporary homeopathy, where of course Kasia is collaborating with us. Thank you, first of all, Kasia, to
yeah,
take up and
absolutely.
take a lead in this.
Yes, absolutely. I'm very, very thrilled to do that. I would just translate that also for some
Yeah.
Polish
Sure.
participants. To, rozmawialiśmy właśnie z doktorem Guarangiem o tym, jak będzie tutaj między sobą o Królestwie Zwierząt i też seminarium, które będzie się zbliżało w czerwcu. A już w ten piątek, 22 maja, widzimy się na naszej sesji dla polskich homeopatów, studentów homeopatii, ale też osób, które są też zainteresowane homeopatią, podczas której będziemy omawiać połączenie nowoczesnej, jak i klasycznej homeopatii w zastosowaniu bardzo złożonych patologicznych przypadków.
Yeah,
We
and
can
and
continue.
and 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 you were talking about some of your experiences with animal kingdom, and
Oh, yeah.
one of the reason I decided to kind of work more on this was
Yeah.
because in the last 3.5 years, I definitely saw that a lot more patients required animal remedies compared
Yeah.
to before,
Yeah.
and you can clearly see it, around us. I mean, across the world, you can see a lot
Yeah.
of you versus me. You can see a lot of right versus left.
Absolutely.
You can see the groupism. You can see the desire to attack, the predator, the prey, the revenge, the
Absolutely.
you can see the whole energy of people. It's quite as if the inner state is coming out, and I felt that we should really go in depth and know enough remedies when we want to treat such cases. So I think it's a very important time for us to heal the world, as they say, and homeopathy definitely has a role to play.
Absolutely. And I cannot really agree more with that, where you see that people got and through many things, they got so divided and they take it that so personally and they feel attacked, or they think that they want to attack someone to protect themselves or to defend themselves. And in a way, this is really very interesting to watch this, how the homeopathy is kind of evolving, and how our outside world and society, and that what it's actually going in the world right now, has an impact on each individual patient that we see. And as you said, in the past, it was more of probably mineral
Mm.
cases when things were simpler and they were not so complicated. Um, and then plants. But I can see it very strongly that this is the time where we homeopaths really need to bow a little bit on and look into the animal kingdom much further and deeper to understand what is kind of behind it. And this is really what the word is showing us. So it is a great topic for the seminar.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to tell maybe a gist of it in Polish?
Nie, okej. Rozmawialiśmy właśnie o tym, jak ważne jest spojrzenie homeopatów w tym momencie na to, co się dzieje, a tym samym przyjrzenie się jeszcze bardziej Królestwu Zwierząt. I stąd też pomysł na seminarium, które rozpocznie się w czerwcu, na cykl w sumie seminariów, które rozpocznie się w czerwcu. Co obydwoje, i na pewno nie jesteśmy tutaj osamotnieni, jeżeli chodzi o homeopatów, homeopaci dostrzegają, to coraz więcej pacjentów potrzebuje remediów właśnie z grupy zwierząt, ponieważ jest to ja przeciwko tobie, jest hierarchia, ja jako ofiara, ja jako atakujący, jako drapieżnik, i tych tematów coraz więcej zaczyna się pojawiać wśród naszych pacjentów, i to bardzo ciekawe jest, jak bardzo świat zewnętrzny zaczyna się odciskać i pokazywać w dość patologiczny sposób u każdego indywidualnego naszego pacjenta, z którym my później pracujemy. Także widzimy, że to nie jest tylko kwestia tutaj na terenie kraju czy Europy, ale również i w Indiach. Myślę, że tak naprawdę na całym świecie.
And this is very interesting because, when we started our idea about classical homeopathy, and
Yeah.
definitely we have some very well-proved remedies in
Oh,
the
yeah.
animal kingdom, right? Lachesis, sepia,
Yeah.
so many beautiful lac caninum, lac defloratum. And it's interesting that, Kent writes in his kind of introduction to lac caninum in his Materia Medica in the third line, first paragraph, that, we need to prove many more lac remedies for healing the
Absolutely.
humanity. And
Yeah.
he talks about, at that moment, he talks about, monkey's milk. I mean,
Yeah.
imagine Kent writing about it out of nowhere. So
And now we do
definitely,
have it.
yes, and so many years back. So
Yeah.
definitely there is a connection of classical and contemporary homeopathy that we need to bring together to understand these remedies, and there is so much to explore. so much to
Yeah.
explore in this group of remedies.
I think it's as you said, you know, the milk remedies, in my opinion, are we definitely need much more milks. It's kind of one of my favorite, like mammals, like kind of my favorite group, and birds. This is something that is very close to my heart, because the last remedy I took it, and it was prescribed by Jens Holten to me.
Yes.
It was a bird. He prescribed me once a bird before, but it didn't do me well. And then he prescribed me a second one, and it you know, I took like maybe 2, maybe 3 doses, and it was life-changing for me. So I'm really grateful. And it wasn't like a bird that I would suspect I would take it, because it was a small bird. But on the other hand, you know, I think it is really important that we have more understanding of the lack remedies, and not only obviously the one that we have well proven as well, but also the other ones, you know. I also kind of have a very special place in my heart for the matridonial remedies. I think they are really amazing. I've translated the book from Heinz Wittker about the matrinodal remedies. He's a great homeopath. I truly enjoy the translation process, and
we use a lot of matrimonial remedies.
Yes,
you know that
I use it quite a lot in my practice.
I've just written a book on nosode sarcodes about 7 years back, but I actually am yet to launch it. But I have a new book on sarcodes and matridonials, which will be hopefully in the next 2 months out, and it's amazing.
That sounds amazing.
Yes, these books are amazing.
I think this is pretty much something that we definitely lacking here in Poland, like a good books about nosodes, sarcodes. We do have some sort of information also about the bowel nosodes, but I believe that many homeopaths are kind of not really using them as much as they could.
Absolutely. And you won't believe this, Kasia, there is not a single day in my clinic in Mumbai where I don't use at least 5 or 6 bowel nosode in the day. It's so common in my practice. It's a very common for example, Morgan Pure, you know. Now, normally we use it, you know, it's a complementary to sulfur, and it's normally used it when sulfur fails for, you know, the congestion and redness. But we use it a lot for menopausal symptoms, you know, hot flushes in women. When all remedies fail, that's our favorite go-to remedy.
Really?
Yeah. It's so many such kind of hidden gems. We use a lot.
I can share a hidden gem from my practice as well. It's not really something that I have noticed, but this is something that I've picked up from a homeopath, and I've checked, and it works really well. So in the cases of autistic children, which we have quite a big problem in Poland, because we have quite a lot of autistic children, and quite often they need spider remedies, and they work very well on them. But the problem with the spider remedies is that they can be kind of, especially the first dose, can be very kind of haunting on those children, and it could aggravate their behavior and things like that. And what I have noticed is, like, when you gave the spider remedies to a child, especially autistic child, they all have bowel problems. You know, most of the all of them, autistic patients have bowel problems, even if they've hidden. So giving them a bowel nosode before you give the spider remedy, it actually mild up the first kind of punching reaction, or ease completely the reaction.
Absolutely. So this is something we often do, Kasia, in our practice, where we kind of, in many cases where there is a lot of psychosomatic and gastric connection. In cases of children especially, we would use a lot of bowel nosode. The children's bowel nosode, which I want to give you tip here is called as Gartner. Gartner is known as the
Gartner,
children's
yeah, I
bowel
know
nosure.
that.
So if you
Yeah,
see a child who's very restless, but he's not putting on weight, he's very emaciated,
yeah,
his the nutrition is not, developing in him, and you want to help in his overall development, just like Natramure or Silica, the bowel
yeah,
nosure is Gartner. And if you see a child on another hand who's very restless, like you said, like a spider, very
yeah,
restless, hyperactive, they say like a storm, like aconite, then there is
yeah.
another bowel nosure, it'll called as Proteus.
Yeah,
So,
this is
so
the one that I'm mostly giving with the
yeah,
spider because many patients
yeah,
in that type of picture fits very well, and they can be very violent as well. Like, and then there is like a lot of movement problems with sleeping, insomnia, and so on. And obviously so yeah, definitely like Proteus is like one of my go-to bowel nozzles when I see a patient, because obviously not all my patients that I have in my practice are autistic, but when I sense the spider kind of energy in them, and then I will definitely go with the Proteus one, definitely.
you want to just give a gist in Polish, just maybe two,
Yeah.
three liners, yeah.
Rozmawialiśmy właśnie o tym, że bardzo dobrym i też często stosowaną praktyką w szpitalu w Indiach jest właśnie łączenie niektórych remedii, które wspomagają i nozody czy sarkody, ale również nozody jelitowe w połączeniu na przykład z innymi lekami, na przykład w menopauzie, podczas gdy dziecko jest na przykład mało przybiera na wadze, ale jest bardzo pobudzone, krzyczące i tak dalej, w takim trochę stanie, jak widzimy w stanie Hamomila, no to tutaj też można zastosować wtedy nozodę, wtedy taką nozodą. What was the nozodes for the children? It was Morgan Pure, wasn't that?
So Morgan Pure is for heat flushes
Oh, for the
in
heat
menopausal
flashes.
women. Although
Mhm.
Morgan Pure is also very important for eczemas and asthmas and
Yeah.
allergies in children.
Mhm. Czyli Morgan Pure w praktyce jest stosowana w przypadku przedmenopauzalnym lub menopauzalnym, przy uderzeniu gorąca i tak dalej, ale na przykład w przypadkach dzieci można pomyśleć o zastosowaniu jako na przykład remedium wtrąconego Morgan Pure w przypadku problemów skórnych, przewlekłej egzemy. Więc to warto jest wprowadzać też te dodatkowe remedia wspierające, oprócz remedium konstytucyjnego, właśnie takie jak właśnie albo nozodę, albo sarkodę lub nozodę jelitową.
And we discussed that Gartner is mainly for as a nutrition bowel nosode, and Proteus is for this hyperactive stormy children.
A nozoda jelitowa Gardner będzie tutaj nozodą, którą można zastosować w przypadku dzieci. Jest to taka nozoda, która miałaby na zasadzie jakby odżywienia to dziecko. Gdy dziecko na przykład dostaje pożywienie, dostaje mleko, a nie przybiera na wadze. To tak jak widzimy trochę w takim stanie natrium muriaticum czy silika. To wtedy zastosowanie Gärtner bardzo wspomaga rozwój i odżywienie tego.
And
Natomiast
when all of this fails, we give polybowel nosode 30. So that is also something we have.
Yeah. You mean the polybowel or polybowel plus with the candida?
We use only the polybowel. No, I haven't used the plus one.
Kolejną jeszcze nozodą, którą omówiliśmy, to jest nozoda Proteus, którą na przykład ja często w praktyce stosuję w połączeniu z lekami pajęczymi, a w Indiach stosowane jest bardzo często w przypadku dzieci, które są bardzo pobudzone, takie też rozgniewane, mają problemy ze snem i są takie hiperaktywne, ujmijmy to tak. A jeżeli to wszystko zawodzi, to w Indiach stosowana najczęściej jest po prostu nozoda polibałel. W Polsce wielu homeopatów ma już też dostęp do tej drugiej wersji, czyli polibałel plus, czyli to jest tak jakby polibałel plus do tego candida. A tutaj w Indiach jednak stosowana jest raczej polibałel. Potencji 30. And where did you, sorry?
Go ahead. No problem.
Where did you start, or where did you find out about the polybowel nozzle? Is it the one that created Ton Jansen? Is that the one?
We can use from him also. There is available in the pharmacies in London also with
all right.
I believe with Helios or the other pharmacy. So
because as far as I know, Helios has it as well, and Hahnemann is also has a lot of remedies.
I think the one in Austria or the pharmacy, I think Remedia they also have it. So
yeah. I use quite a lot of this pharmacy because many remedies that I've prescribed in my practice are not available in Poland because I use quite a lot of remedies that are just available in Remedia, like a lot of foreign remedies, because I'm working also with the system. And unfortunately, we have only few foreign remedies that are available in Poland.
So Kasi, I have been a very strong kind of follower of Organon, Materia Medica and Repertory. In fact, most of the people who might have attended my talk is mainly on repertory because I've written about 4 books on repertories. And I specialize in studying the repertories because I use different repertories in different cases. So I use Phatak, Nair, Kent, Boric, Boger, Clark repertory, Murphy repertory. So I use about 12, 13 different types of repertories, and I also repertorize rubrics together from different repertories together. So there is a technique to do that also, which of course our masters would do it so very well. And I use a lot of work of Grimmer, Boger, Burnett. It's all together. But with this, our newer contemporary ideas, with so many newer provings done by some really good people, when we are able to use them in a given case, on the type of case, our chances of success really increase. And that is what I want to really share with your help. And I have invited some brilliant colleagues to share these ideas as well. So I'm really looking forward for our open session this Friday.
Oh yeah, so do I. And it looks like that many people are very interested and they're very happy because, you're kind of very active also in the social media. You can see that you're traveling around the world, you're spreading the word, you're learning homeopathy, and you teach homeopathy, and this is truly amazing. And obviously, through this modern time, this is not something that you can be only known by the books that you wrote, and you did, and it's amazing you did that you're sharing your work, but it's obviously you're traveling and you're sharing that internationally, and therefore people know you that well. So it is really amazing that you will finally have that people from Poland, like Polish homeopaths and homeopathy students and people who enjoy learning about homeopathy, will be able also to have something for themselves as well. So it is. I'm really happy that
it's interesting you say this. There are a couple of things I want to tell you. First of all, I remain a student of homeopathy, and it's with a lot of love and a lot of kind of passion that I go to different countries to learn. Of course, I go there and sit with different homeopaths and also learn from them, and I also get opportunity to share. So it's a very exciting and lucky thing, just like how you do, Kassia.
Yeah. I mean, like for me, this like I don't know how was your kind of way or path that you end up studying homeopathy. For me, it was kind of a life-changing moment because I've been doing so many things, you know, that I was living abroad, you know, I was doing many things. And I would probably, if you would tell me when I was 20, 25 or even older, that at some point I will be doing homeopathy, I would be probably looking at you like, what are you talking about? And what homeopathy is actually all about? What do you mean? And for me, it was really a life turning point. So how was it for you?
It's a very
How did
interesting.
you end up,
It's a
doing
very
homeopathy?
interesting question. We'll have a detailed discussion, perhaps in one more of our Instagram live and in
Yeah,
our webinar. But I'm going to just give you just a line to tell you that, learning from how you ended up in homeopathy. I want to tell you that people like you, people like me, people like other passionate
yeah,
homeopaths who are joining, it's difficult for them to choose homeopathy, and homeopathy actually chooses you. I
yeah.
think in
That's
many
what
of
I
these
think.
places, it will find you.
Absolutely.
It will find you out of nowhere and give life to you. So it's just
Exactly.
a,
Go
just the
abroad,
story,
but it will
similar
find you.
story. Yeah, homeopathy chooses you more or less. It's very difficult that
Yes.
you can. I wouldn't know anyone who really is born and decides to be a homeopath. I think homeopathy just finds you and
Yeah.
chooses you, and then you're destined to go in that journey.
I couldn't agree more. I couldn't
Mm.
agree more because sometimes I see like even like families where the parents were homeopaths and
Yeah.
then a child come along and you're just like, oh, this is just such a perfect environment for a new homeopathic a child to be brought into this, and they don't want to do anything with that, and they just
Yeah.
don't hate. They
True.
use it
True.
absolutely because it's quite obvious that this is how it goes, but they don't follow the path. And
Yeah.
it's just like you're just rubbing your eyes and you just think, how is that possible? You will have such an advanced, start. No, it's just need to find you,
Yeah.
actually. It need to
Yeah.
choose you, I believe.
It's just like homeopathy probably finds the similarium with the right people. Yeah,
Yeah.
it finds, as Hahnemann wrote in his writings, he wrote that homeopathy is not for lazy people. It is for people who have
No,
fire within them. So I think on
no, it's
that
not.
note, I'm going to just say a dziękuję. Is that the way you say thank
Yes,
you to
yes,
Polish? Yeah,
that is
dziękuję to
something.
all our friends in Polish, and
Absolutely.
maybe you can just give a gist in Polish, and we'll complete the talk for today and wait for Friday.
We'll wait for Friday, absolutely. Rozmawialiśmy właśnie, jak to wygląda w różnych krajach i pytałam się, jak to było, jak on trafił na homeopatię. W moim przypadku ja miałam w pewnym momencie wrażenie, że to był naprawdę taki punkt zwrotny w moim życiu, ale prawda jest taka, że to nie do końca jest tak, że to my wybieramy homeopatię. Mamy podobne wrażenie, że to homeopatia wybiera nas i to naprawdę jest taki specyficzny moment, w którym tak naprawdę czujemy. To nie jest naprawdę zawód dla kogoś, kto lubi spoczywać na laurach, kto jest leniwy. Tutaj nauka się nigdy nie kończy, tutaj trzeba zawsze poznawać i mieć ciekawość i pacjenta, i kolejnego spojrzenia, kupienia kolejnej książki i nauki. Także na dzisiaj będziemy już kończyć naszą rozmowę. Spotykamy się, jeszcze raz przypominam, piątek 22 maja o godzinie 20 czasu Indii, a 16:30 czasu polskiego. Proszę, rejestrujcie się na to wydarzenie. Wydarzenie jest darmowe. Tak jak wspominałam, jest oczywiście tłumaczone na język polski. Symultanicznie będziemy omawiać nowoczesną homeopatię z zastosowaniem też tej tradycyjnej, klasycznej homeopatii. Także widzimy się już za tydzień w piątek na seminarium Zoom. So,
Dziękuję, thank you so much, Kasia,
dziękuję.
and look forward to see everyone on Friday. Thank you.
Yeah, same here.
Thank
Namaste.
you. Namaste. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.